Hey everyone, thanks for choosing to spend some of your day here. If you love genuine behind-the-scenes coverage, no recycled press releases, no hollow clickbait, make yourself comfortable, because today's story has more twists than the Bosphorus at sunrise. We're unpacking the surprise announcement that actress Yağmur Yüksel is stepping away from the hit series Kika Clary, and the emotional ripple that decision has sent through her co-star Gülüm, Baktaş, the production team, and millions of devoted viewers. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Dropping a like tells the algorithm you value independent voices. Subscribing keeps you in the loop whenever fresh updates land. And joining as a channel member unlocks early access to interviews, script breakdowns, and the occasional blooper reel. All set. Let's begin. A lightning in a bottle partnership. When Kika Clary premiered last year, reviewers expected a standard primetime melodrama, complicated families, forbidden romance, a dash of small-town intrigue. Instead, they got a phenomenon. From the opening credits, Yüksel's portrayal of Azra, a fiercely loyal florist guarding family secrets, clashed perfectly with Baktaş's brooding Semel, the outsider whose rival threatens to uproot every carefully planted lie. By episode 3, fan edits had taken over TikTok, and discussion threads stretched deep into the night as viewers parsed each furtive glance and double meaning. On-set insiders say that spark was obvious from day one. Between takes, Yüksel and Baktaş would vanish into a corner of the soundstage, running lines in hushed tones, adjusting pauses and eye contact until the scene breathed. Directors loved it. Camera operators quietly extended takes, sensing that the actors could mine an extra beat of tension without ever tipping into melodrama. Writers, in turn, started tailoring dialogue to match the pair's natural cadence, less exposition, more subtext, more room for silence to do the heavy lifting. The gamble paid off. Ratings climbed, international distribution deals followed, and streaming platforms added subtitled episodes within hours of the local broadcast. You could almost chart time differences by the surge of fan tweets. Midnight in Jakarta, dawn in Berlin, noon in Los Angeles, all buzzing about the same two characters, the announcement nobody saw coming. Given that trajectory, Yüksel's sudden exit felt like someone yanking a rug mid-stride. The statement she issued, barely 3 paragraphs long, cited personal considerations and a need to prioritize long-term well-being. No further details. No mention of creative rifts, health crises, or scheduling conflicts. Just a graceful bow and gratitude for the journey so far. Within minutes, entertainment sites scraped the statement, repackaged it with screaming headlines, and set the rumor mill spinning. Some outlets suggested a secret overseas project. Others whispered about a family emergency. A few blamed contract negotiations, pointing out that streaming syndication revenue had climbed faster than anyone predicted. Yet none of those theories answered the most pressing question for viewers. What happens next to Azra, to Semel, to the slow-burn romance they'd invested months of Thursdays in? Gülüm, Baktaş reacts and the set feels the aftershock. While official channels held their silence, eyewitness accounts painted a vivid picture of the moment Baktaş learned the news. According to a production assistant stationed near the trailers, a printed copy of Yüksel's statement circulated among key cast members just after the lunch break. Baktaş reportedly skimmed it, set it aside, and walked the length of the lot for times, coat unbuttoned despite the late winter chill. When he returned, he asked for 10 minutes with the director behind a closed door. Whatever was said in that meeting remains private, but colleagues noticed red-rimmed eyes and a tightened jaw when he emerged. Sources close to the actor describe him as intensely private yet fiercely loyal. He forms a shield around castmates he trusts. One crew member recalls how, on a night shoot last season, Baktaş insisted production postpone an explosion sequence. until he was certain Yüksel's safety rig fit perfectly, even though pyrotechnics staff had certified it twice. If that anecdote is accurate, the idea that her departure blindsided him is entirely plausible and painful. Fan culture and the fragility of on-screen magic. The internet often conflates fiction and reality. But Kika Clary viewers felt unusually protective of the Yüksel-Baktaş dynamic. Comment threads compare it to classic Turkish screen pairings, Turkin Kare and Kader İnanır, Birin Saat and Kivink Tattletuck. When you invite characters into your living room every week, their bond becomes part of your own routine, comfort during late-night study breaks, noise in the background while folding laundry, conversation starters in group chats across continents. One heart-wrenching montage making the rounds on social media pairs Azra and Semel's greatest hits with a folk ballad about unspoken farewells. Underneath, fans confess watching early episodes to feel the beginning again before the narrative fractures. Some urge the writers to recast, others beg them to write Azra off with dignity. No generic accident, no hastily filmed breakup call. The loudest contingent suggests a half-season hiatus for Azra's character, buying time in case Yüksel reconsiders. Production turbulence, logistics behind the headlines. Television schedules are engines of delicate math, locations booked months in advance, costumes fitted to story beats, sponsor contracts tied to character arcs. Losing a lead actor mid-season threatens that entire calculus. Wardrobe calls halt. There's no point sewing new designs until outlines shift. Marketing teams scramble to swap posters. Directors face brutal choices: reshoot upcoming episodes or restructure the arc around existing footage. One rumor claims writers have pitched 3 contingency plans. Soft exit. Azra receives an overseas scholarship for floral design, allowing the character to leave without trauma yet remain alive for potential return. This option preserves fan goodwill, but risks flattening Semel's storyline if mishandled. Tragic twist: a village accident pushes the narrative into grief-stricken territory, giving Baktaş heavy material but risking backlash for perceived shock tactics. Parallel focus. Shift ensemble weight to secondary characters. Mehmet's land dispute. Zeynep's clandestine art while easing Semel into a separate arc of atonement. The series survives, though die-hard viewers may feel shortchanged. None of these paths is easy, and shooting must resume in less than 3 weeks to meet the spring broadcast slot. Every delay costs set builders overtime and sponsors exposure windows aligned with holiday ads. Possible reasons behind the decision: what insiders are and aren't saying. People close to Yüksel maintain that her choice wasn't impulsive. She'd pulled double duty for months. 18-hour shooting days followed by dialect coaching for a period piece optioned by an international streamer. Add cross-country travel to see a parent recovering from surgery, and burnout edges from theory to inevitability. One confidant claims she kept a notebook titled Life Beyond Azra, filled with long-term goals. Theatre in London, a master's in drama therapy, maybe even directing. Critics remind us that success often arrives hand in hand with a grueling pace. Leonardo DiCaprio once called television the tightest corset in show business. Every scene laced to air dates, every emotion rationed by minute marks. It's easy for outsiders to romanticize, but sustaining that sprint can drain even the most resilient performer. The human cost: mental health in high-pressure sets. This story also cracks open broader conversations about mental health. Turkish entertainment has made strides, introducing counselors on certain productions and mandating rest days after night shoots. Yet industry veterans admit stigma persists. Stepping away for personal reasons invites curiosity at best, gossip at worst. If Yüksel's move encourages one emerging actor to prioritize well-being without fear of blacklisting, her departure will carry significance beyond plot twists. Fans have already mobilized under hashtags promoting rest and work-life balance, sharing resources for anxiety support hotlines and posting reminders that real people wear these costumes. Set carpenters, makeup artists, assistant directors, they all hinge on the physical and emotional stamina of a lead actor. A single burnout can stall paychecks for hundreds. Where this leaves Gülüm. Back to Can, the future of Kika Clary. For Baktaş, the immediate challenge is twofold. Recalibrate character motivation without his primary scene partner and navigate media attention that casts him as a bystander to someone else's exit. Longtime collaborators suggest he'll rise to the occasion. His resume includes pivoting mid-shoot when flash floods destroyed an outdoor village set, rewriting emotional beats overnight to fit an indoor location. Still, chemistry is an intangible commodity. You can choreograph sword fights and perfect lighting angles, but the alchemy that makes audiences believe to characters crave or despise each other is rarer than summer snow in Cappadocia. Whether Kika Clary can bottle that magic a second time remains to be seen. Closing thoughts and how you shape the narrative. News cycles move fast, but stories endure when communities keep talking. Will Yüksel's decision inspire healthier working conditions? Will Baktaş find a narrative equal to the one he lost? Should the writers let Azra's story end gently or leave a door ajar? Share your perspective below. Thoughtful comments often guide follow-up episodes on this channel, and respectful debate strengthens fandoms more than any plot twist. If today's exploration shed light on the labyrinth behind one headline, consider giving the video a thumbs up. It signals platforms to surface nuance over noise. Subscribing ensures you'll catch the next update, whether that's a script leak, casting shakeup, or exclusive interview from someone in the writer's room. Members, don't forget to check the community tab later this week for a deep dive PDF comparing international series that survived major cast changes. Thanks for staying till the end. Honor the art, respect the artists, and remember, every scene that moves you is built on human hearts beating just off camera. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.